Today is a really exciting day because I'm going to get a new rear sway bar for the MK7 GTI. So I currently have a stock MK7 GTI. It does not have the performance pack. We are on stock tires, and I found this car to be phenomenal. It handles like crazy, but over the past 3 years, I've been reading all about people saying on the forums how great these rear sway bars are, and it makes the car even better, and I couldn't believe it. So I've been wanting to try it out, and finally I made the decision to go with the rear sway bar. So when I had to choose which bar to get, I went with the H&R 24 millimeter. And why is because I heard that you don't have to do any kind of maintenance to it. You don't have to grease it or anything like that regularly, which I really like. I've heard it's really good. I haven't heard any issues with like noises or rattles, squeaks or anything like that, and that was kind of like a top priority for me. I know the 24 millimeter isn't the biggest size, but I also wanted something that's fine for daily driving and comfortable for everything that I would typically do. I'm not autocrossing, or I don't really drive hard or anything like that. I just want a little bit more fun in a canyon road. And then I went with upgrading the Endlinks. I know the stock Endlinks are plastic, so I went with Moog Endlinks. And they are just basically like stock Endlinks, but metal. So hopefully those work well. I painted those just to prevent any rust. Hopefully that'll help. I chose not to install it myself because I live in a city with no real place to do any kind of work to my car, which is really sad. It'll be fun to see the change like very quickly by having somebody else do it. Well, I'll do a video of me in the canyons afterwards. Well, I got the sway bar installed. I've just driven it to the gas station and now into the canyons. I just entered the canyons. So far, I am feeling some difference in the handling as I'm hitting these nice canyon roads here. I mean, look at how beautiful this is here in Illinois. It's incredible, the roads here, especially because it's almost January right now. It's just beautiful. So, I mean, I don't know, it just feels like much more like a rear-wheel drive car. Like when you're coming into a corner and it's feeling like, ooh, it's getting a little like tight, it just feels like you want to come around a little bit smoother. I mean, this definitely handles great, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, that was smooth. So there are definitely some corners that I'm taking that I'm like, whoa, that feels great. Which would have felt maybe a little bit of an understeer originally. So it is hard to say because some corners feel kind of the same, and then other corners it's like, whoa, okay, I feel a really good confidence in there, and I could maybe even turn it a little bit tighter and pull out, give it some gas. Feels really nice. Wow, we are up in the mountains and it has got some snow. These are some tight turns, which are great. Woo! No squeaks or rattles or anything. Fantastic. It's the second day now with my rear sway bar installed. I've had a nice little morning to take it out into some canyon roads again, and I got some more thoughts about it. So let's start with the cons. I don't really know if there are any cons, but I guess the con would be this. If you don't have an opportunity to autocross or drive on a windy road, then you might not really notice, you won't really notice any difference of a rear sway bar. It's probably not worth the upgrade unless you can use it. However, if you do have a windy road to take it on, or you do autocross, you're gonna see a really great difference in your driving ability. I wouldn't say it's drastically different driving machine, but it feels great. It feels like the way the car should have been. And it just feels like when you get to a corner, normally in the middle of the corner I would start to feel some understeer, and now that's kind of gone away. So I feel like every corner I'm just better at taking. I think the H&R 24 millimeter is the perfect amount of stiffness for a car that you want to daily drive. It feels like the car is stock. If my wife wants to get in the car and drive it hard in the canyons, not that she would, I would feel confident that she would be perfectly safe doing that, and safer than when the car was stock. The Moog Endlinks are fantastic. So when I used to drive into my driveway and kind of hit the curb, the stock Endlinks, those plastic cheap ones, would make a little knocking noise, and I didn't realize that's what it was coming from. And now with the Moog Endlinks, it's gone away, and I love it. Overall, just driving on the highway, anywhere where there would be little bumps and potholes, the car feels just slightly tighter. It's like all the bolts have been tightened or something like that. Who would have thought installing this rear sway bar would actually make the car have less noises? Thank you H&R and Moog for great products. I'm really happy with my upgrade. It's just all I can think about now is driving. And of course, if you liked this video, gently hit that like button twice.